The time has finally come. We are going to be removing the boat. Cue the pirate music! Oh, hello chickens. Hello chickens. Chick, 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 chick. Ooh, get that bug. That's not good. Get back up there. Okay, I'm gonna go get the truck or something. There we go. All right, we have the boat in here. We'll get it cleaned up and go from there, and we'll start with the list on what I want to try and get done before our next trip. Guys, it's Matt with Rural Iowa. Let's go ahead and get this boat cleaned out, and then we will evaluate what we have to do before we can take this thing on a trip down to Branson. Let's go ahead and switch her into turbo mode so we can get this thing cleaned real quick. Once we get this cleaned out, I will explain to you my plan for what I want to get done before we take off for Branson. Sadly, the things that I've wanted to do with this boat before we took off last year didn't get done. Still isn't done this year, but we'll go ahead and try and get some things done before we take off. We're not going to get as much done as I want, but we're at least going to get some important things done that I want to get done, and I will explain to you what those things are, but go ahead and watch the fun while I get this thing cleaned out. We got the boat cleaned out. Next step is I gotta vacuum it and everything. Updates on a winter's worth of storage. So sadly, you get mice when you store it inside. A nice little mouse nest developed. I'm pretty sure that my anchor rope there is a little chewed up. I still have not fixed my trolling motor, but I got a surprise on that. It looks like one of my latch systems busted off on that. Still not a huge fan about I can't open my doors without having that taken out. I haven't even looked in here. Yeah, at least I don't see anything super. Not seeing anything chewed up in here. I do have my batteries charging. Is that lit up in there? Oh yeah, that's lit up. Good deal. Plans, what I'm wanting to do here is there's the rivet in the back that we tried to rivet the transom support on. I need to take that out and put a stainless steel bolt in it, sealed up. I got my Marine 5200, seal that back up. Big surprise is that I have a Minn Kota Terrova trolling motor that I'm going to be replacing my motor guide trolling motor with. That's going to be a 24 volt system, and I got some batteries for that. Need to get that all wired up. Need to get the breaker installed for that. Need to get the batteries installed for that. Need to get the trolling motor installed for that. I have some latches that I'm going to be putting in here, because when we take off on the take off down the road, these decide to come up, especially now since my magnet came out. So we're going to be installing some latches on that. Sadly, we're not going to be making it to putting the sides on the boat because we don't have that kind of time right now. Right now, our biggest thing is we need to get the trolling motor wired up. We need to get the leak fixed. I'd really like to take this thing out before I end up taking off for Branson for this year. First of all, we will clean this thing up, vacuum it out, make it look better. And then we will start working on that rivet in the back. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Need to look through the motor, make sure that nothing's gotten into here. For all the prop issues that I had last year, I have a prop. I don't know where it's at, but I have it. I'll show you the one. I got two props actually, because when you only have one, you need two, because that'll spin out or do whatever. That was a giant inconvenience throughout the trip, so I'll show you what I got. I got a Solus part number 1311 11015 prop. I'll just show you what I got here. Make things a little easier for when I put this in the description below, but hopefully you can see that. But this goes on the Mercury, or it's supposed to. I guess I haven't put it on there to see yet, but it's supposed to go on that Mercury. But we're gonna get that installed as well. Hoping to get this thing all put together at least somewhat. We'll see what we get done here. Today my biggest thing is I want to get that rivet out. I want to get the old trolling motor out. Start looking into wiring for the 24-volt system to get that wired up, get my breaker figured out. I have a setup for a live well, but obviously I won't get to that. So I'd say let's go ahead and get started on buzzing out that rivet. Hey, you want to do something smart, kids? Don't use a grinder next to a gas tank. That'd have been a fun show, wouldn't it? So we got this stainless steel bolt. We'll be taking the Marine adhesive sealant, slathering this thing up, sticking it through, and bolting her down. Okay, this tube is from last year, so what I did is just mark stuff all over. I just ended up using a drill bit, blew a hole out the side because I drilled and couldn't stop from putting the stuff on the boat. So yeah, I'm gonna be squeezing this stuff onto here, and then we're gonna stick it in to the hole right there. This is gonna go on the floor before I put it on something else I don't want to put it on. Ah, like the floor. Oh my gosh. Mabel, look out before you get it on you. I'm putting it on everything else. Alright, at least I got that on now. Okay, that should be good enough. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is I got a new prop right here. And we're going to see if this fits. A lot easier to do this not on the dock with the water right there, so I have to worry about losing my crescent wrench. There's the new one. And that fits right on there. I got two of these brand new. So the new one that's in the box, that one will still go with me this year. So we'll get this mounted up and move on to the next thing. Got a new tab here that we're going to be putting on. So the tab just goes on, fits on there like that. As soon as we get that tightened, these two tabs right here pull up. As I scratch my brand new propeller. Be a lot easier if I had a socket. All right, that should be good. Now I'm going to take and bend these tabs up. This one right here, it had the tabs bent up, but this one was broken when we pulled it off. But it's alright, we'll get those tabs bent up so it doesn't back off on us. Be one step closer to taking her out on the high seas. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but this is how I'm doing it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and just take this, drop it down, hook the gas tank up to it, and we're just gonna make sure that it'll actually fire up. Not gonna run it very long, because you don't run a boat without running water through it very long. I do have a hookup for it, but I'm not gonna pull this thing out to test it right now. I just wanna check it and make sure that it's at least gonna fire. Nothing crazy is going to happen. You need to check the lower end, make sure it's got fluid in it. Let's go grab the gas tank, bring it back since I'm not grinding on anything. Make sure I don't have any nests in here. If I do, you can laugh when I get attacked. Looks a lot better this year than it did last year. All the wiring that we redid, starter, all this stuff. Let's go ahead and try and fire off here. Still got the same key switch set up here that we did last year. Haven't done anything with that. Choke's not kicking on like it should. But I'll bet you it's flooded now. I can smell it. There's our choke not engaging. Choke wire goes right there. Don't know why the choke's not working. If it's this solenoid right here, or if it is, it's broke. Alright, so I figured out what happened with the choke. This piece right here, this piece right up here, that's connects to right here for the choke. This choke actuates like that. This piece right here attaches to that end right there. Well, if you can tell, it ain't attached no more. So I need to figure out how to get it disconnected so I can find out how to put it back on. Looks like just a zip tie. And I'm sure it's not, but gosh, if it was that easy, that'd be nice. But I'll dig in here, and once I figure out a solution, I'll let you know. Alright, so what we got working here is the solenoid piece right here. This goes inside, and it's like a magnet, so when you engage it, it pops up, engages your choke, which you can manually do. So this piece, if I can get it in focus, this piece right here slides into the choke, and this piece attaches like so. So then when it's engaged, it goes up and pulls the choke, and this part is broken. So I'm gonna have to get online and see if I can find that piece. I don't know, I'm sure there's a way that this can come out and I can reattach it, but you gotta have a pivot piece like this, which looks like just a zip tie. I mean, it's just a little stupid piece of plastic. But I'll see what I can find out and hopefully get it figured out. So we're gonna stand by on that, and I'll see what I can find on these parts and pieces. Hopefully I can figure something out before our trip. But for right now, kind of a standstill with that until I can find a part to order. What we're gonna move to at this point is a trolling motor. So this is a Motor Guide 12-volt trolling motor. It's always worked, but last year we busted a pin right here that I replaced. And no, we didn't replace that one. We replaced this one. This is what busted, and the trolling motor about went into the water. Problem is, the pin that I tried to put in there won't set over. The trolling motor doesn't sit down flush, and I just never got back to it. Last year I bought this beauty, and I never put it, well, I bought it after the fact because the trolling motor broke and I knew that I needed something different, and I wanted something that had the that auto steer, or not auto steer, wanted something that had the iPilot on it. So that's what we ended up buying. So we're gonna do an unboxing video, I guess. So I have not opened this since I bought it last year, and I hope nothing's broke, because I don't know if Bass Pro will take it back. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. Let's go ahead and dismantle our other trolling motor. And then we'll put this one on here and see what we need to work on. Well, the nice thing about this is I already had it rigged up, so it's not hardwired in. All I have to do is undo these 4 screws. I think they're screws. No, they're bolts. Should come right off, and I can take it clear out. So let's go ahead and do that. Got it. If you don't buy a trolling motor real cheap, sell you one. I'm gonna get the new trolling motor up here, set it on, and see what it looks like. Because I've never mounted one of these before, I don't know. I will check the book and I'll get right back with you on that. Well, my battery mic died, so now we're doing a voiceover. When I went ahead and set this trolling motor up, I did not count that it was going to stick above the deck over 3 foot, so it came time that I decided that we were going to shorten it. Went ahead and used a hacksaw to shorten the trolling motor very carefully to avoid nicking any wires, and once I got the trolling motor shortened, which was about 3 foot, ended up having to drill another hole to secure the control head up there. While I did that, I went ahead and nicked the wire because, you know, why not make more work for myself? But with some heat shrink tube, I went ahead and recovered that. Once that got done, I went ahead and coiled the wires up into the control head and then slapped it back together and prayed to God that I didn't just ruin anything. Back, and I have put a couple of screws in here. Put one in here and one on this side, just to, oh, gotta watch where you're touching because there is grease all sorts in this area. They have greased the absolute junk out of this, but I just put screws in it just to test fit it, make sure that it's doing what it should do, looks good like it should. Things seem to be looking decent. So I'm gonna go ahead and secure this in, and then I will be back with you. I've made sure that everything looks right and is gonna fit. Now I need to pull that back off, and I'm going to drill a hole for my power cable, my other cable for the thing. Yeah, for the sonar, GPS, whatever you wanna call it. I don't know, it's something. I still need to get the cable for that, but I need to pull the trolling motor off, drill the hole, run the wires, and then we'll continue. That's a little hot. Ow. Okay, move this out of the way. So I'm gonna be calling it a day today. We got this mounted, got things figured out. Just gotta get the wiring figured out, and then we will be on our way. But the wiring will be the somewhat, hopefully, easy part. Just getting things figured out right now with routing wires and everything. I don't ever plan on taking this trolling motor off, so I got a plug there, but I'm probably gonna get rid of it. Everything else looks good though, so I'm excited to try out the trolling motor. I will do some research, but for this video, I will let you go. But thank you so much for watching, and we will definitely check you out in the next video. Again, this is kind of turned into a fall tradition for me, as most people harvest corn and I work on a boat. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Say bye, Mabel. Say bye. Okay, bye.